The swing was commissioned by Baron Julien, a young noble French libertine, which was basically a playboy, originally to the painter Gabriel Doyen. The painting was to be of his mistress, being pushed by a priest, and he wanted himself to be placed in the painting so that he would be peeking up her skirt. Doyen rejected the idea, and instead another painter, Jean-Honoré Fragonard, was hired to do it instead. The whole scene is lush with excessive shrubbery, perhaps a reference to the excessive passion, and rich clothing highlighted by the mistress's voluminous skirts. Fragonard was deeply inspired by his mentor, François Boucher, who painted scenes with similar themes. They were often pastoral with erotic undertones, and they often contained idealistic depictions of nature, which is seen echoed in the beautiful garden depicted in The Swing. Fragonard was also probably inspired by Peter Paul Rubens and his loose brushwork, attention to detail, and extensive inclusion of symbolic objects. Finally, another point of inspiration was the School of Fontainebleau, which was notable for classical mythological scenes that included romantic or erotic twists. The Swing definitely includes classical subjects such as the two putti or cupids that are seen throughout the painting, and there is definitely a sense of eroticism and voyeurism. The Swing was probably Fragonard's most famous painting and has gone on to inspire many other artists and paintings, such as a future one by Goya, also titled The Swing. Fragonard also directly inspired the Impressionistic movement, which aimed to depict scenes of beauty, passion, and pleasure. The soft lighting, the beautiful female subjects, the desire to depict something almost real to life and intimate that is seen in The Swing is mimicked in many Impressionistic paintings. Renoir in particular painted scenes that seek to show the same sense of frivolousness, including his own swing. For more contemporary examples, The Swing had a cameo appearance in the Disney movie Frozen and directly inspired the art style seen in Tangled. In fact, there are concept arts of Rapunzel mimicking the positioning of the lady in The Swing. The Swing was painted in 1767 during the period of time in France often called the Ancien Regime. This was the height of the French aristocracy and nobility, coupled with a time of great desperation from the general populace, who often suffered from bread shortages and high taxation rates. To exacerbate this divide, the French nobility was notorious at this time for great excesses in food, clothing, entertainment, pleasure, and frivolousness, which is very evidently seen in the carelessness but wealth in the painting, such as the bright, big pink dress, the grand palace scene in the background, and the overgrown but verdant scenery that frames the scene. The Swing is one of the most famous paintings in a larger movement called Rococo that was mostly contained to the wealthy in France during the 18th century. It was ornate, opulent, decadent, decorative to the extreme. It aimed to be a showcase of wealth, that is, of the commissioner, and beauty. They often featured light-hearted, romantic, cheeky subjects and were meant to be very visually pleasing with delicate and light brushstrokes. In style, it often featured light colors and curves, was very fluid but asymmetrical. It was not only seen in painting but music, architecture, interior design, and sculpture.